My name's Tom Calmer and I'm going to be your MC for today's events. And can I begin by acknowledging we're on the land of the Gadigal people of the Aurora Nation and pay respects to their elders past and present, and also to their youth who are going to be our future leaders and the custodians of our stories, our cultures, our languages, our histories. And it's very important that we recognise our youth. And as you'll hear throughout today's presentation, a major target group for us, and it's something we must be very conscious of in all the policy that we get involved with. We're going to have 4 panellists today. 2 will be speaking before morning tea and 2 after morning tea, and we hope to break around about 10:30. So they're going to be short, sharp presentations, and with a few questions after each of the presentations if clarity is required on the presentation, but otherwise we'll have a panel session at the end after the 4. So if you need to take any notes for questions, please feel free to do that. As you're probably aware, the whole idea of these Poche Key Thinkers forums is to create opportunities to explore what could be considered wicked problems or issues in Indigenous health that we all need to be very conscious of, and with the idea that not only do we share expertise and give people working in the field the opportunity to explore issues a little, but at the end of it we'll be producing what we call a Poche opinion piece, and that's not a big document, but a document that will record some of the key issues, all the key issues out of our presentation, but with the intent that it's to influence policymakers, be they state and territory or federal policymakers, and that includes from bureaucrats right through to politicians. And so these become, I think, very important documents. I know that they get referred to by students and during presentations, so they're really good. Our format is really, we try to poach off Q&A and insight. So it's a bit of questions for the panel from yourselves, and I'll provoke some thinking if necessary, and ask questions if needed. But I think we normally find that that you guys are the ones that will ask all the probing questions and make the panel sweat a little, which is good. That's what they're here for. We pay them really well to come and be here. Yeah, nothing more important than love. But hopefully you've had the chance to have a read of our little briefing paper that went out. Just picks up on a couple of the key issues, but looks at and gives a bit of a description of each of the panel members and a very short bio. So I won't elaborate too much on it. But today's theme is really around ear health in Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander people, and it's a very important important topic, as we'll hear. One of the things that we became very conscious of, I became very conscious of when I came in, is that we've got a hearing seminar, but we don't have anybody doing any signing. A very, very big oversight, but a misunderstanding, because we've got somebody who's captioning, but the captioning was for an individual, and some of us thought it was going to be captioning for live so that we could see it, but there's a technical issue that we can't do that. So I apologise on behalf of the Poche Centre for not having either a signer or live captioning, but we will try at the end, once this has been recorded, to put captioning on the final video that's distributed, that's going to pick it up. So apologies for that. We've got about a dozen people so far online. This is being broadcast live as we go along, and through Zoom. So when it comes time for questions, if I can really ask you, and we've talked to panel, that they've got to use the microphones, otherwise those who are online won't be able to hear, and we won't be able to have those questions recorded in the final product that gets shared out. And The Line network has been our supporters for a long time, and so it gets distributed fairly widely through that network as well. If you do have a question, can we keep it to questions and not dissertations, and wait for the microphone to get there and just announce who you are, and that'd be appreciated, because time is a bit of a challenge for us. We'll also, and Paul's our roving photographer, be taking a few photographs for only, I say internal, but they're not internal. Once it goes on Facebook, it's the world. But it's really for Facebook. But if you don't want to be photographed, just indicate that, and Paul will respect that. And but they're just for Facebook, for people to be able to see what this is about and what a great crowd you are. The other thing also I should have mentioned was that in the Poche opinion piece that we'll put out at the end, we don't attribute anything to any individuals. So it'll just be a report about issues, and so really feel like you can ask the questions, make the comments, and nothing will be attributed back to you as an individual. That's on our report. Shame about that video that's going to be there, because you'll be on there for sure. Yeah, good old technology. My technology here, trying to flick from page to page. Look, I'll go straight in now to our first. We've got a panel of 4 speakers. Each will talk for about 15 minutes, and some will have PowerPoints, and each of the PowerPoints will actually be broadcast live, so the audience will be able to pick up on those as well. And so after each presentation, there'll be an opportunity for just a couple of questions. We don't want to make it into a really long session, and then we'll move on to the next speaker, and then the panel session, as I mentioned, will be the opportunity to really ask a question.